Lawanda Booz, and this is my response to week 2 on knowing the eligibility process for an IEP versus a 504 plan, or what is the difference between the two. So a 504 plan is strictly accommodations, making sure students get the accommodations they need. For example, if they need to sit at the front, or they need more time to do their assignments. Those are examples of a student with a 504 plan, where for an IEP, it's more tedious and students have to be either the parent requests the testing or the teacher, and the psychologist does all these tests to determine the student's needs. And then there's a individualized plan that is created with the staff and the parent, and then teachers have to make sure they follow them, and then periodically teachers are pulled annually to go over the progress of the student. So my personal experience with IEPs, I had this one student, and I noticed that when he would come in to do the starter, his processing was just very, very, very slow. And it's not like he was distracted or he was talking or misbehaving. And so after a few weeks, like, he could barely write his name. And so I was the teacher on emergency credential that year, and I called to request that he be tested. So the good thing about that is he was tested, and they did create an IEP for him. And they put him in inclusion, which is where students need a smaller group to focus. But I was happy that he was getting the accommodations that he deserved, because he was a 9th grader. And I was very shocked that he made it all the way to the 9th grade without being anyone saying, hey, test this student to see if he needs accommodations. So that was my experience with an IEP. I also have had the first time having a student with an advocate, which is almost like a lawyer for the student to make sure they're getting the accommodations. And that's where I really learned how to scaffold and give individualized lessons and notes and whatever the student needed to be successful in my classroom. But yeah, that's the difference between an IEP and a 504 plan.